Hello, it's Chris Hildrew here, Head Teacher at Church Academy in Sixth Form. This is the third of my monthly updates for the academic year, this time covering the month of November 2020. And this is the recorded video version of the letter which has gone out today on the 1st of December. When I wrote my last update letter, we were about to enter a month of national restrictions, and now that we emerge from them, we find that North Somerset has been classified in Tier 3 as an area of very high alert. This tier of restrictions is for areas with very high or very rapidly rising level of infections, and it means, amongst other things, that we must not meet socially indoors or in most outdoor places with anybody else outside our household or support bubble, and that we should avoid travelling to other parts of the country. In the run-up to Christmas, I know how worrying this must be for our students and our families. However, in all tiers of restrictions, schools and other education settings remain open. Schools are exempt from the gathering limits, indoors and outdoors, and the government's guidance is clear that across all tiers of restriction, everyone should attend school as normal unless they are self-isolating. Alongside this official guidance, the government has put out a really strong message that schools should not change their Christmas holiday period or close early this term. The Coronavirus Act gives the Secretary of State for Education the temporary power to require a school to stay open and to override academies' freedoms to set our own term dates. We must operate within the legal framework, and therefore we will be staying open, as planned, until lunchtime on Friday the 18th of December. In line with the government guidance, attendance at school remains mandatory, as it has since schools reopened in September, unless you are unwell or self-isolating. Now, in this challenging context, we will continue to do all we can to keep students and staff safe. So far, our systems of control have been effective at containing the cases of COVID-19 which we've seen in school and preventing any onward spread. However, the prevalence of infections within North Somerset means that in all likelihood we will continue to see cases and self-isolations over the coming weeks and months. And self-isolation is never convenient, and as we near the end of term, the implications become ever more significant. We thank you all for your understanding as we take the actions that are required of us when a case is confirmed. I also want to talk about exams. Our Year 11 students completed their mock exam week successfully in the final week of November. The uncertainty around the arrangements for the real exams in summer 2021, both for GCSE and A-level, has added unprecedented pressure to the mock exams. And in this challenging context, all the staff have been hugely impressed with the conduct and approach of our Year 11 students. The marks and grades in these mock exams will give staff, students and families a helpful benchmark or snapshot of student attainment at the current time. And they'll feed into the much broader and deeper understanding of student progress that teachers hold, which is further informed by classwork, homework and ongoing assessment in lessons. It's a source of considerable frustration that at the time of writing, we do not have any more information about the contingency planning and other provision for the summer 2021 exam season, beyond the government statement of 12th of October that exams will go ahead. We're expecting an announcement this week from Ofqual, the exams regulator, to give more guidance on the arrangements for A-level, GCSE and other exams in summer 2021. And when we have this update and we have been able to consider the implications, I will write again to families of students in Year 11 and 13 with further information. I don't need to tell you that the scale of self-isolations has risen in schools across North Somerset since half term. All secondary schools have been affected, with whole or part year groups sent home across the area. And here at Churchill, we've continued to learn and adapt our remote and blended learning techniques for use with whole or part classes when they're not in school. It's clear that self-isolating students really value the connection to the teacher that live video conferencing provides, and we continue to scale this up so that any student self-isolating at home can have access to their teacher in school. Whilst there are occasional logistical and technical challenges to this, we're pleased with the positive feedback we've received about the provision we have in place when students need to self-isolate. We're hugely grateful for the support provided by families at home with this endeavour. As with all employers, our workforce has been affected by the pandemic. A number of staff have had to self-isolate, having been identified as contacts or cases, and whilst awaiting test results. We have good systems in place to cover these lessons, and we continue to monitor the situation daily. A significant number of our staff are clinically vulnerable themselves, and their determination to continue to work in support of our students, our vision and our purpose is humbling to behold. We've been fortunate to make some excellent appointments to the staff team this term. We've already welcomed Mrs. Tracy Rack and Miss Agnieszka Monker to our student services team, and Mr. Martin Gard as a design technology technician, and Mr. Philip Horler as a performing arts technician. Over the coming weeks, we look forward to welcoming Miss Megan DeMail as an English teacher, Mrs. Vicky Cork as a teacher of music, and Mr. Chris Hall as a teacher of IT and business studies. And sadly, at the end of this term, we say farewell to 3 valued colleagues. Mr. O'Mahony is leaving the business, IT and computing team to return to his native island to teach after being with us since 2014. Miss O'Neill is also returning home to teach, heading all the way back to Australia after being a vital member of the English department since 2012. Both colleagues will be sorely missed, and we wish them well as they head back to home turf. And finally, we say farewell at Christmas to Mr. Paul Harrison. Now, Paul joined Churchill in 1985 and has been the beating heart of the music department ever since. He served under 4 permanent and 2 temporary head teachers in his 35 years here, and it's my privilege to be the one to pay tribute to his service as he retires from teaching. As all families know, music at Churchill is spectacular, and choral singing especially. And Paul's passion for music has driven this culture and ensured that it runs through the academy like the lettering in a stick of rock. His kindness, wisdom and patience cannot be underestimated. He has touched the lives of countless students and colleagues in his long service, and I know that you will all join me in thanking him for his immeasurable contribution to our school. This is my last update letter before the end of term, and I think you'll all agree it has been a term unlike any other. I've been staggered by the kindness, curiosity and determination shown by our students, our staff and our community through these difficult times. I know that Christmas won't be quite as any of us would have wanted it to be this year, but that won't stop me from wishing you all health and happiness when we reach the festive period. And let's all hope that 2021, when it comes, is indeed a happy new year. With thanks, as ever, for your support of the Academy. My next video update will be in January of 2021, looking back over the month of December. Thank you.